Hi, I'm this guy. I bought some of this on one of these, with a couple of those on it, to do I don't really know what. But I have lofty goals and little money, so I give you low budget, high desert. So you've got a hole, or at least the beginning of one. You've got some lumber, you have some cool powdered rocks, and you want to get real strong. What do? Step one, you got to take these lumbers and turn them into something a bit more square and frame-like. So it goes a little something like this. All right. So now that you have a rough placement for where you want to go, you have to level this shit out, dig it down, make it look nice. Now that you have your rough placement that you like, comes the leveling. You just sort of put your level on your piece of wood, get it up, up, up. Boy, it keeps going up, down. All right, so that is a more or less level placement. You get that? Put this in here. Line it up with the hole you just drilled. And now repeat with all sides. After some framey, stakey type action, you get a level thing. You sort of just fill in the spots. Because we are pouring a 4-inch thick slab. So I've built these walls to retain the dirt and some rocks that we dug out of it. And we're just going to get that nice and level and packed. And then we're going to start pouring all of the concrete that's over there. And once you got it just about filled up, use this ancient technique called we didn't want to buy a dirt tamper to get it all nice and flat and compacted. So now we have this all nicely packed, mostly level. We have a little extra concrete just to make sure that we get it all flat, but yeah, this is good to go. So now, with this prepped and ready, we get to go on to the final fun part. What we're going to do is take these bags of concrete, take them over to our mixing station, a bucket, and a stick. We got a couple of those. Then we're going to take Edgar's old nasty water, this stuff right here, conveniently portioned out into 2-liter bottles, which is what we need for 1 bag of concrete. We're going to fill them up from Edgar's nasty water tanks. He did not leave these sealed in any way, so it's not good for drinking or showering or washing anything, but it should mix nicely into concrete that we'll pour in there. Old Edgar threw us a curveball. Those Shasta Cola bottles were actually full of paint thinner, so we had to deal with that, but that's not the biggest hang-up. Turns out that this concrete requires about twice as much water as it says on the bag, so we're just rolling with it. As you can see, we've got some of it poured, and it's a slow and painstaking process of one person running water, the other person mixing and pouring. But it's coming along. Just mixing and pouring and mixing. You can see this is very hard work. And that should just about do it. Took us all day, but we got the concrete slab poured. Hopefully it'll cure nicely over the next 24 to 48 hours, and then we can set up the squat rack on top of it. I hope you all enjoyed watching us struggle our first time pouring concrete. I know I probably did a lot of things wrong, so feel free to screech at me in the comments about how stupid I am. I read all of them. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next episode. And there it is, the end result. The swole station set up on the concrete slab that we poured. Sturdy, it works. Steven has dropped the weights on here many times and it hasn't shattered, which means we must have done something right. But yeah, there we go. And maybe once it becomes a little too cold to work out here, we can turn this into a cool covered patio. Who knows? But another project success.